God, I look fucking old. Hello, my name is Rich, and I'm a dumbass, and I'm going to start a film review channel because I'm at least slightly pretentious, and I need something to fill the nights because all my other hobbies just aren't cutting it quite like they used to these days. I need something fresh, which is why I'm getting back into the fresh world of YouTube where everything is so great. Um, I haven't really posted video like this on my channel since I was in college when I did a couple of not film analysis, poetry analysis videos, specifically about Keats, whom I love. I still love Keats. I think about Keats frequently. And I had a lot of people say, oh, you should do another one. You should do this poem. You should do that poem. And I would love to do that, but I haven't been to college in a long time, 7 years, if recollection serves. And I don't really get that many opportunities to read poetry anymore. Like, yeah, I'll crack open like some Tennyson or some Keats or some Hopkins when I feel like it. But uh, poetry to like intelligently discuss poetry, it's something that it's like a muscle. You have to be in the gym constantly in order to maintain that musculature. And if you don't use it frequently, which I haven't used it frequently in 7 years, you're not going to be able to converse that eloquently about it anymore. So I'm not even going to try. Maybe one day, if I somehow find enough time to also incorporate poetry in my life, I will go back to talking about poetry. I'm done talking about poetry now. Let's talk about movies because that's one of the things that I love. I love film. I have a terrible letterbox page. I'll share it in the description and I'll post it in the about section of my profile here. Also, just real quick, I want to say sorry for the shitty camera quality. I'm doing this just off of my laptop right now. I promise I'll get a better webcam if I actually stick with this for longer than 10 seconds. So I may like do this and then never think about this ever again. So, commitment issues and ADD, ADHD, all of that shit. Anyway, I love movies, and I like talking about movies, and I also love spending a lot of time idly whittling away my bathroom breaks and my car rides, listening to like film YouTubers, like just talk about movies and stuff. It's something that I've always found like kind of relaxing and centering, kind of like how you listen to like podcasts when you're at work, just the sound of like a familiar voice talking about something that you may or may not know. Something about that is like comforting to me. And I'm arrogant enough to think that people don't find the sound of my voice annoying. So I'm going to waste all of your time. And hopefully I can do so, if not to your intellectual stimulation, then hopefully at the very least to your amusement, because I'm a train wreck and people seem to derive amusement from me, whether I intend to amuse them or not. And you know what? Anything that brings laughter into the world at the end of the day, I think is not entirely a bad thing. Well, I guess there are exceptions to that. Like if, like, I don't know, you think about like a car crash and then you see a car crash on the way to work. You're like, haha, that's so funny. I guess that's not exactly the same thing. Just please don't take anything I'm saying here out of context. Don't even take anything I'm saying seriously in context. You know that old adage, like you should take everything he says with a grain of salt. Just bring a whole salt shaker. I'm a big old cob of corn. You got to twist me around, butter me up, and salt me properly, thoroughly. If you want to really get the most of the flavor explosions of the savory butter and the sweet corn and the salty salt. I'm really enthusiastic about corn as well. We will not be talking about corn on this channel, except tangentially. Um, so I like movies. What kind of movies do I like? All kinds, usually weird ones. These days, I'm usually looking for stuff that'll at least get a what the fuck out of me or make me feel an emotion, because that's something you start to forget when you've been working a desk job for like 7 years, as like how to feel things like a normal person, because you've gotten so good at compartmentalizing all the bullshit in your life that you just feel like you don't even like your soul is just caged up and it's just waiting to be released from your body eventually one day. There we go into that sweet blue yonder. Um, so I'll be talking about all kinds of films. I'd like to do a little session on The Green Knight. I want to watch it again though or I think I want to watch it again. That was an interesting movie. Not necessarily sure how I feel about it, but it was interesting and very beautiful, and is great under the influence of certain substances. Would highly recommend it. Um, I'd also like to do a video on like Jolowski's Possession, and I'd like to even do silly things like The Big Lebowski. Another one I'd like to do at some point. I just like talking about all kinds of movies, whatever tickles my fancy, and it's important to me as I get out on this that I try to stay positive. I don't know if you've been paying attention to things in the world lately, but they're a little distressing. I don't like them. They freak me out a little bit. Like every day there's some fresh new fucking shit and I just don't know how to internalize it. But movies are something that, well, they don't always make me feel good. And I could sit here and just yammer on for hours and hours about Disney and the Disney Marvel Star Wars military industrial complex and how it's all a sham and how it's killing culture and how capitalism is killing culture. And we could sit here forever and ever talking about how the world is falling apart before our very eyes. But I do enough of that in my own life anyway. And I would rather like geek out a little bit and be very enthusiastic and positive about something that I love. Not to say I'll never be negative on this channel, but I want to when I watch a movie, it's like I've only got so many days, hours, minutes, seconds left on this planet before I fucking die. And I am not interested in like watching a Marvel movie because even if I generally enjoy it, I kind of already know what to expect going in. And I mean, do I really want to spend my time doing that? No, I'd rather spend it watching something that's at least a little different, a little strange, a little fucking out there, a little what have you. Um, and really, not even necessarily strange, but I generally I'll read up on films in advance, and if I'm going to spend my money to go see a movie in a theater over the weekend, or to buy a Blu-ray, or to rent something off Amazon, thank you, Mr. Bezos. Then I'm generally only going to spend that money on stuff that I think I am going to enjoy. Uh, and so I don't plan on spending a lot of time being overly negative. Now, if something comes up and it's a real stinking pile of crap, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to shoot it straight. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to straight shoot it, Jimmy. I don't fucking know, Jimmy. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Anyway, I want the tone of this to be generally positive, a little off the beaten path, a little out there, a little rambling and incoherent, but that's fine. A lot of things can be rambling and incoherent, but very fun, like drugs, and that's okay. And yeah, I've spent 8.5 minutes talking about what I'd like to do on this channel. So I think I'm going to go through, I'm going to pick a movie, and I'm just going to try talking about it. If any of you find it interesting, please let me know. If any of you think I'm a fucking dumbass, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Tell me I'm a big, stupid, dumb, fat fuck. Tell me my haircut's fucking stupid and that I look like a greaser wannabe or that my 5 o'clock shadow looks really patchy. It is. I can't actually grow a beard. I don't even know if you can tell. Can you fucking see this shit growing in on my fucking face right now? I mean, it's cool that all my hair like went up here. You know, like my hair is massive and it just continues to expand each year. It's like rising sea levels. But I can't grow a goatee. Like if I try to grow my facial hair any further past this very pathetic point, I will start to look like a convicted sex offender. And that's not a vibe I want to give on this channel. We don't like sex offenders here. We don't fucking like sex offenders here. We don't like, look, kinky's one thing, pervert's another. You know what I'm saying? We don't kink shame, but we don't like perverts. So as long as you're not a pervert, please come join me on this, what should be a wondrous train wreck fucking shit fest of a cinematic adventure. I've got about 10 seconds left. Skibbity bop da da, go fuck yourself. I'll see you soon.